Hey there, it's Alex, and welcome to Hardly Workin'. It's been another week of really not much on the retirement front. So I guess I'll just tell you some more stories about myself.
Hey there, it's Alex. Wrench in one hand, coffee in the other. Trading CNC and deadlines for mischief, mayhem, and bother. From the shop to the cornfields, from the drill press to the stars. Retirement's calling, aliens are crawling, time to banish those green Mars bars. Hardly working, hardly sleeping, but I'm still on the hunt. Aliens, odd jobs, and dad jokes, yes, I'll confront. Retirement's weird, but hey, no boss, just cosmic toys. Tune in now for some rusty tools, UFOs, employ of the boys. Yeah, I'm supposed to relax, but I found a ray gun in the garage. Welcome to...
Here I go again, me talking about me, and I'm sure you're looking forward to the day when, you guys can talk about me. Anyways, I went to Burning Man 18 times. I went between 1995 and 2014. And the 2 years, 2010 and 2013, I missed. But in that 20-year period, I essentially went 18 times. I'll have to tell you, if you've never gone, it's an incredible, incredible event. I've seen a lot of things in my life, and I really could say that this is one thing that I've never seen anything quite like it. And if you've gone, you know what I'm talking about. And I could never explain to you why it's so profound, sublime. But if you ever went, you would know it's the experience that you have. But anyways, Burning Man is very much it's not a spectator's event. They want you to participate. And the organization that makes it, they put up the man that they burn, they make the infrastructure to have all the camping areas and the bathrooms and all the things to work that way. But the majority of what you see there is participant developed and made. It's these people that come out and love the event, and they make different installations. There's this place called Thunderdome, which is a gigantic geodesic dome, and basically they just hang you on some of these bungees, and you basically go at each other with soft, kind of like swords and things. And it's basically just go in there without any real violence and reenact out the whole Thunderdome, 2 men enter, 1 man leaves thing. That's one of them. And there's like hundreds and hundreds of these installations that are put on by just the participants. And some of it is art installations that they do get some money from the Burning Man organization. But most of this is just people that are really into the event and want to add something to the community. And almost every year I was part of somebody else's installation, and I would help them be part of their crew. Not everybody can come up with something. You're usually working on another person's crew, and you definitely get the feeling that you participated in this event as a whole. And it's a barter system, so that you can't really buy anything other than ice there. And they don't encourage any commercialism, but they do encourage bartering. Like, you have something to offer and you want something from somebody else. But nonetheless, in 1999, me and 3 of my friends, myself, Matt Sternberg, his fiancee Lynn McGinley, who became Lynn Sternberg, and Mark Stengel, who's my roommate for a while, we all decided we wanted to do an installation. And what we decided on was going to make a bar. We're going to build a bar. My nickname was Pinky. We're going to call it Pinkies, and just cover the bar up with pink fur. Maddie was really obsessed about pirates. So we said it should be a pirate-themed bar that was pink, called Pinkies. Well, in 2000, we did this. We built a small bar. It was about 12 feet long. We had a shade structure over. It was very simple. And, we had a very rudimentary sound system there, and people from the neighborhood would come. And, and on its first maiden voyage, it was a success on that really small level. I mean, everybody enjoyed it, and everybody went and looked for it the next year. And in 2001, we built it a little bit bigger. 2002, a little bit bigger. And then in 2003, which was the last year that we did it, it was quite an installation. It was quite a, it was something that became very popular. People were talking about it. It went way beyond any of our expectations of it in terms of an installation at Burning Man. So in the last year, I mean, you could take a look at it. It was quite impressive. In 2001, we brought a stripper pole, and we thought, well, here's a stripper pole. Maybe some drunk girl will get on there. And we were really worried that it would end up being like a sausage hang. That it would just be one drunk girl and a bunch of dudes. And we said, if that's what happens, then, we're not going to do it. But it actually encouraged a lot of the people who knew what they were doing to come to Pinky's and perform. And also anybody who wanted to give it a try. And by 2003, we had 3 stripper poles. The bar was shaped like a ship. And on the bow of the ship was a stage where people could dance. And going down the center line, we had 3 stripper poles. We also had 2 crow's nests. And it was just a place where we served drinks. And when we would start, we'd have a $1,500 bar, and which would run out by the end of that day, except what we kind of encouraged people to do was like, hey, if you had a good time here at Pinky's, please come by next time. If you could bring us some ice or some mixer or some alcohol. And let me tell you, we never ran out of alcohol. It was just packed throughout the week. And yeah, we never ran out. In fact, we would take boxes and boxes of alcohol to the people who were going to be cleaning up there and drop it off before we left. We would get out there a little bit earlier than everybody else. We had permission to come out early to build, and it would take us several days. And I really had no idea who was going to build, just whoever came by and they said, oh my God, Pinky's had a great time. And we're like, grab a hammer, grab a screw gun. And it would take us a few days to put it up. And then it would be magic for like 5 days. It was really a special place and a special privilege to do something that was this successful there. And a lot of the talent, the girls who would dance for a living, would hear about this, and they would come, and it would be all day entertainment of girls. And it wasn't just the risque, even though that was there, but they really tried to offer a very beautiful thing along with their burlesque dances. It was actually really beautiful, as much as it was indeed titillating. Some of the girls were just absolutely phenomenal, just beautiful. And it never was a sausage hang. It was a really good mix of great people. The atmosphere was just incredible there. By 2001, we had a DJ named Hugh Herrera come in, and he would spin house music, really tasty stuff. We also had another DJ named Ryle Castano, and they would just play the tastiest house music. It was really chill. People would dance all day. The bands would want to come and perform there because they knew there was a built-in crowd there. One time a guy brought like 500 oysters that they just harvested the day before in a wheelbarrow full of ice, and they were just shucking the biggest oysters I've ever seen for the people. And they thought this is a good place for them to give back to the community because there was a big crowd and they really liked Pinky's. So the atmosphere was just absolutely magical. I mean, it was something that on the top 3 things of my life that I've accomplished. And we would run mostly during the day. It was a daytime thing because there's a lot of stuff going on at night and not a lot of stuff going during the day. And that was something that kind of helped with its success. But we would run things at night sometimes. We did special. My birthday is always around Labor Day, the same time that Burning Man happened. So I've celebrated my birthday up there 18 times. And let me tell you, during the Pinkies years, I had some pretty incredible birthday parties. A lot of people came, and it was just really, though there was 4 of us who were involved in it in terms of working and putting the money in and everything else to do this. Because it was named after me, I definitely got most of the attention from it. And I can't say I didn't like it. Sometimes it was overwhelming, but the other guys who put just as much work into it, I mean, allowed that to happen. Where I was just kind of the face to the place. And I got to be known somewhat of like a local pimp, if you could say that in Burning Man. But just wanted to share this one thing and some pictures of that place. And I think the pictures will never show exactly the magic of that place, but it gives you an idea about how special it was. And anybody who was at Burning Man between 2000 and 2003 likely heard about us, and there's a good chance that they came by and had a good time. We had nothing but great responses back. And everything comes to an end. Every year I wanted to make it bigger and better. And I said, I want to do that until it breaks. And it got so big that it couldn't be manageable. There was a lot of tension going on for various reasons. And so we stopped in 2003. It wasn't going to be fun anymore. But I think the things at Burning Man do just kind of grow organically and then make room for something else to grow organically. And if this is something that you ever thought of doing, I really recommend and would highly encourage you to go if this is the kind of thing that interests you. And if you've ever gone, you know exactly what I mean. I haven't gone since 2014, and to be perfectly honest, my best Burning Man years are behind me. It's not that I wouldn't go again. I would go again. But I mean, if I don't ever go again, I had an experience there that most people wouldn't. And most of the people who go still had experiences that they wouldn't trade for anything.